Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Ritual Flow. For today's reading, we are doing a spirit reading for the sign of Libra. If you are a Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, there are likely some messages here for you. This is a general reading though, so take what resonates, leave what does not. Not everything is going to work for everyone. And this is timeless as well. Whenever you're seeing it is when you're meant to. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. Six of Cups, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and Eight of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Okay, well we got these two and a bunch of stuff fell on the floor. Okay, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Pentacles. All right, let me get two more for Libra. Okay, well that's three, but that works. Eight of Swords, Two of Wands, and 10 of Wands. All right, and at the bottom, we've got the World, the Empress, the Magician is underneath that, and it feels like I'm supposed to take that too. So let's make room for the Magician. All right. Okay, Libra. So you're feeling this sort of like deep soul connection of some kind. If it's feeling related to past life energy, and there's this element of something really stable and solid being in that, or like something grounding solidly, landing solidly this time. It's giving this energy of like a cycle repeated. You're trying something different. You're manifesting something different than what occurred in the past. You've been feeling a little bit of conflict. Well, maybe it's actually more than a little bit. There's this energy of needing to sort of surrender to the process of this like connection coming in, of it like stabilizing itself. There's an energy of like focusing on yourself, like having like your eyes on your own paper, like doing your work. That's going to Like, that's the perspective change that you need to have, is to like not be focusing so much on this landing. Like, it's the concept of detaching from your manifestation. Like, putting your focus into the rest of your life so that this can arrive, is the word, apparently. And once you really allow yourself to make that shift in how you're thinking, how you're behaving, to trust that what is meant for you is not going to miss you. At least not this time. It may have missed you in the past, but we're having a different experience here. We're grounding the mission into reality. Taking this action, taking this focus is closing one cycle to begin this new one. There's this need to feel free, to feel grounded, to feel established, to feel comfortable in yourself. It's letting go of a certain outcome, letting go of a specific outcome that your mind has been focused on, in order to call in like the cosmic outcome that your soul knows that it created. That, like, putting this mental focus on this grounding in is it's like burdening your spirit. It's like funneling your energy all in one direction. And when you place it like everywhere else, it's like that gets drawn into everywhere else. And it's not such a burden to carry. It's not something that is like out distantly on the horizon. It's suddenly like right at your door when you're caring for yourself, caring for what you need outside of this connection. And you're in a very good energy right now to wield your own power, to that whatever, like, you're fertile with creativity. Whatever you are doing, thinking, speaking is making a tangible result. Some of them you're starting to see, other parts, like other pieces, other facets are on the way to being seen. And there's this energy of when you focus inward, when you get to work from the inside out, then what's on the outside automatically changes to match what you wanted. What was, like, what desire was living at the center of your being is being exuded into the atmosphere and solidifying into, like, the next phase of your life. Okay. All right, let's see what's in the oracle. Okay, this is maybe more than I wanted, but I feel like these are supposed to be the ones. Mouse, you're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention. Closer attention to what's going on. I feel like that misspeak was very relevant, that there's an element of seriousness in how you've been approaching the situation. And you're being called to direct your perspective from, like, being overly serious, like overthinking and, like, worrying about this connection landing, and rather focusing on being playful, being joyful, doing what inspires your soul, what creates joy, what creates a spark, like a light shining from you. And it's harder for you to see that when you're taking things too seriously. So pay attention. Okay. Stand up for yourself. Speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. What did I say earlier? That you are attaching yourself to a particular outcome with this scenario, with this bond, and there's a need not to take it so seriously and to see that, like, that's not the only trajectory that this can take, and to be open to this manifesting in the best way for everyone involved, whatever that may look like, which it's giving that it's different from how, you would ideally like to see things happen. There is some sort of difference there, but it happening in a way that's different from what you expected, it's still happening. That's the important part. That you're still on the path that you want to be on. It may just look unfamiliar to you because you've never been here before, because you've never had this connection grounded in the way that it's set to this time. So the path is going to look unfamiliar, but that doesn't mean it's not leading where you want it to go. It is. If the path looked familiar, it would be leading right back to repeating an old cycle. And that's not what we're doing here. That's not what any of us are doing here. In theory, anyway. Okay. Unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Stop complaining. Focus your attention on the blessings in your life. Yeah, this is really getting out of a masculine mental energy, worrying about the outcome, worrying about things landing. complaining, fretting about some event that feels like a setback of some kind. That's part of the path looking different. Like ideally you wouldn't have any setbacks. You would just go straight merrily to where you're going. But it's a sinuous route. There are twists and turns, curves. And you're just supposed to flow with it. This Nine of Pentacles lady, she's learned to find her flow, stability within the flow of her feminine nature. That's something you're doing as well. Embodying your Empress energy. Letting things feel open and abundant. Like acknowledging the endless, infinite creative possibilities for how this experience can be achieved, can be fulfilled, I think is the better word for that. Oh, Spirit's funny. Surrender to play. What was I saying? Oh my God, it literally says that in the caption. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Yeah. Stop taking this so seriously. Let it be free, let it be flowing, let it work its magic for you. You're the magician, but you don't create magic alone. The universe is working with you in everything that you do because you're part of it. Let me get a couple more, please, for Libra. That'll do. Okay. Wow. Okay. We got surrender to your intuition, surrender to inner peace, and surrender to spirit. That's a whole lot of different ways of touching on getting in that free flowing, like feminine, like creative Empress, that big energy that anything is possible when you get out of your own way. That things just work like magic. Let spirit work its magic for you. There may be some helpful messages coming into you as well. Something to help you keep that playful focus. I mean, that we're having one right now also, but I was picking up on something else. So like you're going to see or hear dream, experience in some way some other type of message confirming this need to let go of the overthinking, let go of the seriousness of this situation, and allow yourself to be like playful and open to it happening in any way. Because I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Like this powerful bond, this like chance to create a new experience that is very different from what you've had in past lives, and I'm getting like to like complete a mission that's been failed before. Like it feels pretty serious when your mind gets a hold of it, like thinking this is the only chance that you have. And while, yeah, we do like to take advantage of the life that we're currently living, and we want to make the most of it, to do what we came here desiring to do. But the reality is that, you know, this isn't your first time. This isn't your first time trying this. It's just going to be your first time getting it right. And I think letting go of some of the like desperation surrounding the need for things to go right this time, surrendering that, letting it be playful, letting it just flow in, that's what's going to make the difference. That's what's going to allow it to happen this time. No amount of worrying about it and pondering, like strategizing about, oh, well, I have to do this, I have to do that. You know, I'm afraid to move this way or that way. That's that old energy. You're letting go of that and letting, you know, putting your intention out there that you want this differently this time, and letting it go, letting it be found through your surrender to life and your divine connection with it. Okay, what final messages do you have for Libra? We got dare, breathe. Okay. Beginnings, beauty, and transform. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, this surrendering, this being playful about something that feels like a dire, like serious situation to you, that in its own way is taking a risk. Using breath work to calm the nervous system, to mitigate some of the anxiety that you have around taking that risk, around allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to put everything you've got on the table and then just step away and let things unfold. Like that's a very bold and brave thing to do. That the nervous system can become very activated when we make big movements like that. And using the breath, you can master the physiological experience of the nervous system to coincide with how your soul is responding to its needs. And it's going to feel big. It's going to feel scary because you're making a big change ultimately. You're doing something you've never done before in a way you've never done it before. That's the experience that you're having. But there is this element of taking baby steps. Like, you don't have to just like throw open the door and have everything out like at once, like in one go. It's going to be easier for you to surrender this overthinking, to surrender to being playful, open, joyous about the future you're creating when you take it in little steps. And those little steps add up to a big change. Yeah. So it's really important to not worry about this, to not put all of your focus and energy into it. That learning to do the opposite is what's going to bring it to you. All right. If this reading resonated with you, give it a like, comment down below, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and I will see you next week. Bye, Libra.